Two parties go head-to-head with each other every election season at De La Salle University. Alyansang Tapat sa Lasalista, the first political organization in Santugon sa tawag ng panahon, a premier socio-political party. However, circumstances will be different in the upcoming 2022 makeup elections following the recent announcement of Santugon that they will not be fielding candidates to focus on rebuilding their internal foundations. Nevertheless, in order to make informed decisions during election season, it remains imperative to look into the values that both parties hold at their core. Alyansang Tapat sa Lasalista President Marvin Sison and Santugon sa tawag ng panahon President Mark Lee take on the podium. To reiterate their commitment to the same values that inspired the establishment of their organizations during martial law, both parties touched on the importance of having student leaders that are vocal about political issues.
Tapat's political stance on critical issues have been unwavering, all working towards building a just and free society. Tapat has always been with the students for them to join mobilizations and protests and teaching this new generation of the Lasallian community to never forget. Tapat was created not only to field student leaders for university elections, but always fight for the rights of the Filipino masses, not just the students.
As facts remain constant and the history remains untouched, Santugon has always remained firm on the stances that were built around the values of the party, on truth and collaboration as a process. While the party was really established to increase societal awareness and revitalizing our purpose.
Promising statements about their party's dedication to foster a genuine safe space for the Lasallian community were also made in response to the various controversies that have surrounded both parties in previous university elections.
We do get it that the student body really expects a lot from the political organizations and the USG as a whole. We have been ensuring that the long-standing systems that have contributed to our mishaps and shortcomings before about our members' well-being were removed. We have been conducting member welfare check. We have also been ensuring that our elected officers have been doing their duties and responsibilities. We have always been making our students accountable. All our members accountable rather. Kapag yung members namin nag-commit to an issue na sobrang laki such as allegations regarding sexual harassment, we are not teaching our future leaders not to own up to their mistakes.
Now that I am sitting as the president, I'd like to assure everyone here that the party has learned from the past and continues to learn as we move forward. Our principles include gradual development as we believe in growth and progress. As we continue to honor our roots, we will also continue to make improvements as well. We are creating measures to ensure that there's a specific process within our party in the case that any future issues that may occur, that there would be a specific process now on how we can handle it and how does our party ensure emphasizes on accountability.
Meanwhile, Brother Luigi Enriquez and Brother Richie Yap gave statements to remind the political parties of the importance of looking inward and honoring their Lasallian virtues in lieu of the turbulent political situation of the country.
And as we are in a Marcos administration, and we've seen the many bad practices in traditional politics, I think it's high time that our Lasallian political parties should start looking into their history, the reasons why they were started, and perhaps to become more relevant and more Lasallian in today's context.
Whatever we don't want to see, whatever we don't prefer that we see on the national and local governments, hopefully we don't do it here in our campus. Why? Because our campus is a place where we should be growing rather than allowing other influences to corrupt what we've been studying, to inflict damage on each other. And I think the best way to do that is to actually show to each other and to ourselves how we want things to be.
The brothers also encouraged the candidates to work together for a better, united USG, regardless of the results of the makeup elections.
No matter what political party you belong to, I hope that that comes in secondary to your responsibilities as USG member. Tama na yung politika. Tama na yung pamumulitika.
Regardless of whichever party they belong to, even if they run as independent candidates outside their party, I hope that they'll be able to come together, unified, and work together as one USG. I think it's important that our candidates win because of their merit, because of their character, because of their accomplishments. Not because they won because the reputation of the opponent is damaged. It's very un-Lasallian. It goes against our values. So for me, that has to end.
Now that we're going to this makeup elections, I feel and I would like to encourage our Lasallian community, of course, to vote wisely, vote on the platforms that you see and the people in those platforms. No?
First and foremost, not to participate in the negative campaigning once campaign starts. When you see something on social media that just simply destroys the character of any candidate, not to even share it, primarily because that just perpetuates the negative campaigning that we want to avoid. And I think second is to really get to know the candidates, their character, and what they have accomplished and what they can do. And not see them as members of a political party, but rather to see them as human persons who are, I am sure, very much willing to serve the Lasallian community in their own way. We need to focus on what's positive in the persons rather than dwell on the negatives also. Choose wisely and be informed.
In choosing student leaders that are meant to represent the Lasallian community and be catalysts for change in Philippine society, it is important that we look not only at their promises but at the core of their actions and principles, especially considering the agenda and stances of these candidates largely reflect on their leadership attitudes and priorities. Learn from the past, acknowledge the present, and look towards the future. This has been Kimberly John Bautista for Arch News, reminding you to vote for candidates who truly deserve a place behind the podium.